What is up, guys? It is me, Michael, aka Vanilla Bear. This is part 2 of our Ranger Hardcore walkthrough with all collectibles. Now, this one's going to start on the winter level. Nothing really happens in this level, it's just more of a transition to Volga. However, there is a collectible in here, so after all the cutscenes and chatting, just come down here and the diary will be sitting on there. Okay. So now we're going to head on to Volga. So, I'm gonna edit out most things in this. Any like chat or cutscene gets edited out. I briefly show any areas that I loot. So there's maybe 3 or 4 places that I loot on the way to the first mission. We're also just gonna cover the first 3 main missions in Volga here. So the whole church sequence is one of them. Then there's the crane section. And then finally we're going to do the bunker section where we have to save Anna. So those are the 3 main missions we're going to do, and we're also going to pick up around 5 collectibles. So first, as you come down with Anna, I'm just going to head into this kind of broken train / bus and just loot the body and the desk. Then further along, you're going to, before you get to the dock, there's going to be 2 houses, one on the left, one on the right. On the left, we're going to come in. There's actually nothing in this toilet here, but there is a lootable body, and I believe like parts you can get from a desk just on the left here. There's also a weapon you can detach. I kind of detach pretty much every weapon just for upgrade parts and just if there's any ammo in them. So now we're going to head over to the right one. You can just crawl. There is a path on the left, but I'm just going to crawl under here. And on the right hand side where the green mushroom is, you can see we're going to crawl under there as well. Just here. Now there is a body here on the right you can loot, and also some chemical and some parts. Make sure you collect all the mushrooms as well. Chemicals are a big necessity because you need them to create any sort of healing items, as well as repairing any of your guns. Okay, so now we're going to head further towards the dock, and it's going to be 2 more buildings. So we're going to quickly loot the second one, one on the left here, sorry. Some parts, and I think there's a gun you can detach, maybe? Oh no, some chemical, that's what it is. And then we're going to head over to the other one on the right. Yeah, same again, just loot it for any materials. I like the fact that there's no HUD on this difficulty, but I kind of wish it would tell you how much you pick up from weapons. I spent the first few times I thought I was looting bodies and I wasn't getting anything from them, but it's just because it doesn't show you. Okay, so now we're just going to get in the boat here. There is another couple of buildings you can loot whilst you're on the boat. The first one is just on the right hand side as you first set off. Yeah, this is immediately on the right. As the crow lands, it's just on the right hand side right at the start. So you're just going to jump on here and you can crawl underneath the wood. I believe there's just chemical pieces in here, maybe 2 of them. One on the dead body, and I believe there's on the desk behind. One there. And on the shelf there is one, I think, as well. There. Okay, then we're just going to head back to the boat. Further along, there's 2 buildings here. You can reach both of them by the same section of the boat, though. Any of the enemies here that jump in the water, you can just ignore. They don't attack you until after the church section. So you don't need to worry about them. So we're going to head in the right one here first.
Looks like you've been spotted.
Also, being spotted here is part of the mission. So you don't need to think getting caught is a bad thing. It's supposed to happen.
I see people at the church.
So some shotguns and weapon parts there.
Try the open approach.
And then we're just going to head back to the boat. Actually, no, we're not. We're going to check their building first. There's a weapon you can detach in here as well on the bottom floor. Just on the left hand side there's a little separate room here. And the pistol's just sitting there. Okay, now we can get back on the boat and head towards the church. So you just go past all the villagers, they all talk to you, you can interact with the child, and you get locked in here. So now we're just going to head all the way up, meet up with, I can't remember their names, Natasha and her mum. And you're going to have to interact with them and then pretty much immediately just jump out the window. So they're just in here, and then I just skip kind of most of the interaction here, just comes into the windows opened. There we go. Okay, now we get to the whole sneaking section, because this is when all the enemies appear. So we're going to drop down and we're going to head straight forward here. As soon as we come out here, you'll see the guard on the right hand side on the staircase. There he is. So we're just going to sneak up to him and knock him out. There's a few guards up here you don't even actually need to touch, but it's more materials and more ammo for everyone you knock out. So we'll take his stuff, head further up to where Natasha and her mother are. So that's a couple of guards up here. One on the right, but he's looking the opposite way, so you can ignore him just now. Take out this guy. Loot him, and then into the room. And knock this guy out here. And then loot him. I did wonder what was going on here, but I realised Natasha's mum's actually hiding her. And she's just like ducked onto the side, yeah. Now there is one collectible in this area towards the end. It is a bit risky to get, but it is doable. And I'll show you at the end how to do it. So go down here, there's a guard on the left. Just ignore him, just continue walking straight. He won't see you. And take this guy out here. Loot him. And we're just going to head off to the left here. Ignore the ladder. There's a couple of guards talking to the villager as well. But well, they're completely facing away from you, so you can just sneak by. Now, you get to the end of here and you have to jump off the right hand side down into the staircase. There is sometimes a guard round here. If there is, you just have to wait until he walks away. If the guard's there and you jump over, he notices you straight away, so just wait it out, he'll leave, or I suppose you could probably just shoot him. There's a lot of can traps here, you can always just detach them, holding square. Makes no noise and it gives you extra cans as well, or you can just sneak around the side. And that's pretty much it for this section, because you're just going to sneak up to the right hand side and then drop the boat down. If you don't care about the collectibles, you can just jump in the boat and then skip forward a little bit for that section. However, what we're going to do is there is a postcard in this area. So I'll drop this down. And we're going to turn around. Now, this bit is risky because this whole area is kind of lit up and there's a lot of guards here. But you can abuse the whole darkness, not being seen kind of thing here. So first thing you do is there's a guy on the right hand side who you need to take him out straight away. Okay, now the guards get alerted to him being down, but they don't know where you are. Now you can see the little lamp from here on the left hand side. There is one on the wall above you as well. I would recommend putting that out as soon as possible because that's what gets you seen here. So it's just that one right above me there. I do put it out eventually, but if you can put it out as soon as possible, it makes this a little bit easier. So this guy goes to investigate. Knock him out. Just wait here by the corner. Now they know I'm in this area, but because my light isn't on, they can't officially see me. Now if anyone comes towards the corner, you just knock them out with the square button, but there is one guy on the opposite side from you who's a little bit risky, which is why I recommend you put out the lamp as soon as possible. So I'll try to distract this guy. Okay, it takes me a while to realise that I'm being seen, so yeah, you just put that out and you're now safe. This guy doesn't know, he knows I'm over here somewhere, but he doesn't know exactly. So I just pop him down. And I think that's 3 guards I've killed. There's one more you need to get rid of. And then they all give up. Same as what happened in the previous video. So I just wait here, some guy does eventually come investigate this body. Just listen out for his footsteps. You could probably do this quicker by putting the light out and just shooting everyone. However, the guys more or less one-shot you. Knock him out. And then everyone else gives up. So you're going to come in this room on the left, there's a ladder here you're going to climb up. And this is where the collectible is. And it's just at the end on the wall. So it's on this wall here. I've already got it because I did it on a previous playthrough, but that's where it is, it's on that wall. Now that everyone else has given up as well, you can go and knock everybody out and then just loot their body for more materials for later on, for when you get your crafting bench. But yeah, the taking out most enemies and having them surrender is one of the best things in this game, because it does make this difficulty a little bit easier. So just loot everyone, take apart any of the weapons for any upgrades later on. Takes me right here to get the actual thing I want. But yeah, so now that's done, we're going to head off to the boat. Now, I kind of messed up the boat section here because I used my pistol. I would recommend you use the AR. You don't need to bother about making noise here because the guard section is done. So make sure you switch to your machine gun or assault rifle instead of your pistol, because I almost die here. If this bit is scripted, the enemies will always jump onto your boat. But they can kill you pretty quickly, especially if you try and use a pistol like me, because sometimes they can take 3 shots to kill, so you're better using the machine gun. So they should jump on sometime soon, just as you get halfway to Duke. Yep, that's them jumping in the water now, and they come straight for you. So I think this one is scripted, you always hit this one off. And now at this point, put your AR on. Okay, it's fine. So yeah, I think the first time I messed up with my pistol, but I think I learned the second time. Oh, I know. Yeah, my gun jams. That's what I remember. Because on this difficulty, your AR jams all the time. It's one of the most annoying things about the start of the game, is the lack of being able to clean your equipment because you don't have a workbench. But yeah, you see Duke over there, you head towards him and you'll get the cutscene with the giant whale.
It's fucking huge.
Okay, so after you've shown Duke your penis, any comments on how huge it is, you can head off to the plane over here. There's a couple of things you can loot in here. A couple of bodies and a couple of pieces you can pick up. There's also one more collectible as well on the way back to the train. So there's a body on top of the plane here you can loot. And we're going to drop down here. Try not to land on the fire like me. There's that, and there's also the compass upgrade as well, which is pretty good for your first playthrough because it always shows you the direction of your next quest. And not really a necessity for this difficulty, because usually people do this in their second playthrough, so you know where everything is anyway. But yeah, there's a few more things you can pick up. I think there's some parts there and some chemicals. Okay, so now we're going to head back to the train, and on the way to the train will be a collectible. Now, be wary, on the right hand side here on the beach there's a couple of enemies. And they're pretty strong, because I think one of them is the enemy that has the kind of shield, and it makes it really difficult to kill. That one over there, yeah. So completely ignore them, head to the left, you might need to put your gas mask on, because the water is fairly irradiated. But yeah, on your way there, there'll be a couple of these dead bodies here from the bugs. And there'll be a human body here as well. Now there is a collectible. I think I've already got it though. I think it's next to him. Yeah, it's usually there next to his dead body, but I've already got it. A couple of dead bodies you can loot, and then it's back to the train. So that's the first main mission. I think we took maybe one hit while we were on the boat, so we've used one med kit, but we've picked up loads of materials, so it's a good start. There's a whole bunch of cutscenes and stuff and conversations when you get back here, but I'll just skip through all of it, and then I think you get a third weapon here as well. Yeah, the good thing about this weapon is you can make ammo for it whilst on the field. But I don't like using it because I think it's terrible. I think the gun's incredibly inconsistent.
As I always
especially damage-wise. You kind of have to get headshots with it, otherwise it's useless. So what I've done here is I've skipped where I've run to, but on the map you can see there's a safe house just south of the train. There's only a couple of enemies on the way there, and you can sneak past them or just kill them. So I've just skipped that out and just get to the safe house. So from the safe house you leave, you turn right, be careful. On down there's a pack of the dogs. Just completely ignore them. I'm just going to slowly walk to the next main mission, which is over by the ruined building. There is a few more enemies as well. They like to hide in the cars. There's one on the right hand side there, and there's another car further on where one hides in as well. So they can be quite sneaky, but as long as you've got a decent pair of headphones or just the volume up, you can kind of hear their breathing, so you know where they are. But one shot to the head with a pistol instantly kills them. So yeah, there's one in the car to my left. I think I kill it. So she's pop it in the head with a pistol. Easy peasy. So yeah, I think you could probably get by here without killing any of them. But I always worry in case they're going to chase me up here, because I don't think they despawn. So yeah, you're going to head into this building just on the way to the crane area. So this is on the way to the second main quest. This is where you come across the first like humanoid enemy. I can't remember their names, but yeah, this is the scripted attack. Just smash the square button. I hate these enemies so much. They can be such bullet sponges. But yeah, anyway, just pop him in the head, make sure he's dead. And just try and loot this area as much as possible. There's loads of spider webs in here as well, so make sure you walk really slow. Kind of annoys me how slow spider webs make you go in this game. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of things you can loot in here. There's a creepy spider thing again. I hate it so much. When it crawls over your face, initially I thought that was terrifying when you have your gas mask on, but I don't even have my gas mask on. That thing is literally crawling on Artyom's face, his naked face. And he just doesn't flinch. It's terrifying, man. But yeah, there's no more enemies in here. I'm playing it really safe because I think there's more, but the enemies in this area don't spawn until you make your way back from here, from the crane. So this area is kind of safe, but just go look around for anything you can loot, any dead bodies, any parts or anything like that. And we're going to drop down here towards the crane, and we're going to find the next collectible as well, which is a diary. So walk out the doorway and you'll see the crane and stuff right in front of you. And we're actually going to go left, and you can go down the stairs into the basement. There'll be an enemy that spawns in here as soon as you open the gate. But you're in darkness, so you can't actually see you, so you can just try and pop them in the head, just put them down. Now watch out for the kind of pink things with the branch, because they can hurt you pretty bad if you get too close to them. They will explode, letting off this gas. Now, some parts on the diary right there. Yeah, so you can set them up by shooting them, just let them explode, and then head off. I've never fully explored this area. I think this is like a whole kind of like separate room, but I didn't fancy checking it out on this difficulty. But there is a few mushrooms and a few things you can pick up. So yeah, you can head like straight forward. There's a whole area you can go that way, but I decided to ignore it. Yeah, I tried to set that one off by scaring it, but I think you do have to directly shoot it. So I edge on the wall here to shoot it in the side, and then back off. Okay, there's this kind of shortcut door to get back there. And then this is the door that leads you further into it, but I choose not to go there. Because there is enemies down there. I don't want to waste ammo, because I'm not 100% sure what's down there. I'll need to investigate that on another playthrough. So this is the shortcut door back, and we're going to head up to the crane. Now, the crane section is... It's actually fairly easy, because you can actually rely on the guy on the crane to actually kill everyone for you. Because at this point you won't have your weapon bench. So unless you use the weapon bench at the safe house, your AR will most likely be dirty and will jam constantly. So you can only rely on the pistol, which fires too slow to deal with the amount of enemies that are up here. So if you can just holster your weapon and then run around, you can actually just wait until he kills everyone for you. He's really accurate and they die pretty quickly when he shoots them. So it makes it easier for you, and it means you can save all your ammunition as well. So it's going to drop down here, and then this starts the kind of enemy spawning. So the mixture of red ones and green ones, they're all bullet sponges. But yeah, if you can, just save as much ammo as possible. With a jamming gun and lack of ammo, dealing with this many enemies is just a bad idea for this difficulty. So just keep your distance, keep listening for any of them appearing behind you, and let him kill them all. I also don't even think he actually needs to kill all of them. I think he just needs. I think it's just time based, because he does actually drop the crane here when they're not all dead, and they just kind of run off. Yeah, I think it might be tank it as soon as the sun comes up here. That's what I need to do. And I think, yeah, he runs away. Yeah. So yeah, crane drops down, and you're just gonna head up. And there's a whole long conversation here that goes on for a long time. So just gonna completely skip it all. And then inside his kind of room, there is a postcard. So it's just on the wall by the door. You can see it there. There we go. So after the whole cutscene, there's some stuff you can pick up there, and then you're going to have to take the zip line back. This is when more of the enemies will spawn, as you're on your way back to the train and on your way to saving Anna as well at the bunker. Now when I land here, I try and see if there's a safer way to get down, but I'm pretty sure the only way to get out of this building is by dropping down the hole on the left, so you kind of have to deal with these enemies. I get kind of lucky. I catch them during a climbing animation, so I just headshot them while they're busy doing something else. You could try and run past them, but then you run the risk of them chasing you, and then maybe running into some of the dogs on the way out. So if you have ammo, it's safer just to kill them. But yeah, this one here you can probably kill without him seeing you. If you just don't walk around too fast like I did, but I got lucky and baited out a grab. Allows me to kill him using no ammo. I wouldn't recommend trying to do that with multiple enemies, so this spawns these guys. Just kill them when they're trying to crawl up, and that's it. But yeah, I think getting a one-shot kill on them from the torso is pretty lucky. They are such bullet sponges, especially in the next area, like the sand area. They're such a nuisance because they just hide everywhere. Okay, so after Miller shouts at you for Anna going missing, we have to go and save Anna now. So this is the third kind of main mission. So we're just going to go back the exact same way we came here. Just sneaking past the cars. Watching out for any of the dogs. There's also a body over here you can loot. There's sometimes a dog over here as well, so just be careful of that. You don't want to alert him. There he is there. I come over here to try and see if there's anything to loot, but there's also a lot of radiation over there, so you need your gas mask. I don't even think it's really worth it, so I just turn around. We're just going to head back up to the the bunker. The bunker is really easy as well. So I found the bunker kind of difficult my first playthrough because I was turning on all the lamps as I was going through, and as soon as one of the enemies sees you, it causes a lot of them to spawn. But if you just keep all the lamps off and keep hidden, you can sneak your way through here with minimal hassle. There's also a collectible in here, so after interacting with Anna, it's going to head the way you have to go, and there's a room on the right here. At the end of here, you turn right, there's going to be a door you can open by hitting the lock. I'm going to go in here, there's some materials and I think some ammo in here, as well as a green mushroom. And there'll be a collectible. Yeah, make sure you detach that. I think that weapon, and once you detach it, gives you extended mags. But there'll be a diary here next to the box. Or somewhere in this room, there's definitely a diary. Pick up the mushroom. Okay, so after that we're just going to head further in. So yeah, make sure you turn your light off. And any lamps you come across, just make sure you keep them off. And this area will be an absolute breeze. So yeah, there's a lamp here. So my first place I turned everything on and it just made you so visible. And the mushrooms don't light you up either, which is pretty good. But yeah, I think the first enemy is just around here. You can usually get a couple of shots off as well from the silence pistol. If you don't get an instant kill, you can hit them a second time, which usually confirms a kill and they won't notice you. I've never actually checked to see if you can sneak attack these guys. If you guys know if you can sneak attack them, let me know. Just for future, but the silence pistols, you get enough ammo for the silence pistol and it doesn't take too much materials to make. That guy drops. Yeah, whenever you see this little red mist, that usually means an enemy's going to drop, so dispatch him. Loot this guy, take the ammo from his AR. Pick up all the mushrooms, but yeah, you can, like, as long as you don't get, like, seen or stay at the light, I think you can complete this whole area only coming across maybe 2 or 3 enemies. So yeah, I missed this first shot, hit the second, using that kind of like stagger animation on the ground, and then confirm it when he gets back up. So yeah, they're kind of weak, and as long as you don't make noise, none of the other ones will be alerted to you. I kind of wish these enemies or the dogs dropped like some sort of material, or even if they dropped chemical for you. Because when you get situations where there's no actual bandits, it's just all these enemies, and you have to use ammo to like kill them. There's not really a huge reward for it. Obviously, when you kill bandits, you can always get weapons that you can detach and get ammo from, or sometimes they just drop their backpack for ammo. So it's always kind of risk reward for them, but for the actual normal enemies, you just get nothing for it. So you come out here, everyone comes in, saves Anna, go check on her waifu, and then that's that mission done. So we've come back to the train here. There's a whole interaction with Miller and what they're going to decide to do, and they have to go get the train cart and all that, so I've just skipped that. So what we're going to do is, at the front of the train, we're just going to follow the train track, just stick into the right hand side path. Make sure you holster your weapon as well, allows you to sprint further. There's a whole load of conversation here as well about Natasha's teddy bear and the guitar and stuff, but I'm not going to cover any of that in this walkthrough. But continue down here, you'll eventually come across this kind of wrecked train car, and this is where Duke is hiding. So you're going to hear, enter the door, and Duke will drop down from the ceiling, and there'll be a little interaction. And what you're going to do is, there's a desk here if you want to make any ammo or repair your guns. What we're going to do is we're going to rest in the bed, and we're going to sleep until the evening, because we're going to do the rest of this area in the evening. It makes it easier. But yeah, so that's it for this part. We'll finish Vulga in part 3. Thanks for watching, guys, and you guys take care.
By water. Luckily, there is a dock with a boat nearby. Left